Greetings, royal family. I'm back. These basketball wives are a hot mess. I'm not even going to go through the episode because I'm sure by now most of you have seen the episode. If not, most of you have watched commentary and heard all about it. So I will spare the details, the step-by-step details. All right. I don't even know how I want to attack this because there's so much. I will say that you guys made spectacles of yourself, as you tend to do every week. There was parts that are funny, and I'm not going to say which because there was a lot of things that were offensive in this episode, and people are outraged, so I don't want to be insensitive, but I cackled at a few things only because clowns are meant to make you laugh, right? So when you see a clown doing clownery, you laugh. The opening scene, right? I'm just going to pick a couple pieces. When the ladies were at the table and Cece was giving Evelyn a piece of her mind, rightfully so, right on, good for you. And this goes for anybody, but adults can be bullies too, you know what I mean? And bullying is something that could just end up really tragic and ugly, and it affects a lot of people. So seeing Cece just basically put Evelyn in her place and shut her down was good to see. It was refreshing to see. Evelyn deserved every shot thrown at her from Cece. Cece has had enough, Cece has never done anything to you. Like, if any royal family, if you know what it is that Cece has done to Evelyn to cause Evelyn to have this fake outrage, when Cece called her a B, you saw how Evelyn got all hype and let that be the last time you call me. Really, Evelyn? That's the worst that you've been called? Because I can think of a few things that Tammy Roman called you, and you didn't jump up out your seat for that. Knock it off. You just want to have something to be mad at. I think that Cece intimidates you. I think that, you really can't read her. That's why you brought up the whole Byron situation. You know what I mean? Trying to say that Byron is cheating on her and all of this other stuff. Girl, please. Is that really a read? You know what I mean? Like, Evelyn, what man has been faithful to you that you've had? I'll wait. Exactly. So that's not even really a read. Like, you're jealous of her, When Cece called Evelyn a Sharpay and told her she needs some Juvederm shots, hilarious. You couldn't take it because you weren't expecting that, which is stupid because she's not Jennifer. You know what I mean? No disrespect to Jennifer, but you've been so accustomed to bullying Jennifer that you think that Cece is going to be the same way. And I think you deserved it. Like, she gave you what you deserved. She could have given you more. You bringing up Byron and Malaysia sitting there and not, guys, let's leave Byron out of it. Shaunie had nothing to say when she brought up Byron. Kristen is like, I don't want to go there. Yeah, because it's probably going to come out that Kristen the clown and Malaysia were the ones that told Evelyn X, Y, and Z about Byron. Like, leave Byron out of this, because now if Byron comes and says something to you, Evelyn, now you're going to feel threatened and he's a man. Why is he attacking a woman? No, he's a human being that has the right to defend himself. And if you're out here defaming his character, you know what I mean, then he has the right to defend himself. So relax. Cece told her, look, you're treading on thin ice. You might want to watch what you say. You might want to be careful. Warning comes before destruction, Evelyn, so you might as well take heed to that. So, Cece, she basically gave Evelyn a piece of her mind, and Jackie was getting her thrills off of that. And, Malaysia was the one that kind of got everything started. When the lady sat down, she's the one that kind of started everything, brought everything out in the open. She proceeds to tell Feby that, I heard you were a crackhead, to which Jackie goes off, and Jackie says, no, I said a dope fiend crackhead. And Jackie kept her composure. And you see, that pigeon, that Central Park pigeon, I expect trash from her, and that's what she did. Like, you and Jackie are going at it, and Jackie is basically clowning you. Jackie's not getting out her seat, but Jackie did say, look, if a ice cube, a cup, a glass, a plate, any silverware come across this table in my direction, it's gonna be a problem. So she set the terms in the beginning before she started roasting you, okay? She took out $20, give this dope fiend $20. a dope fiend. What does she call her? A dope fiend, crackhead, and a molly popper. Okay, get it right, Malaysia, since you want to start trouble. So Phoebe's the Central Park pigeon. Phoebe, she's not saying anything worth listening to. You know, she's repeating jokes, her big ears, woo woo woo. But see, then you brought up her daughter, you know, which probably came from Evelyn. They put that battery in your back. Shaunie, I can't hear you. Shaunie said nothing. You were in OG's face at Evelyn's little launch party or whatever, complaining about the fact that OG brought up Thomas not being Byron's biological son. Now, you saying you told her to leave kids out of it. Now, Byron is a grown man, right? You know, leave kids out of it. That's messed up. Rawr, rawr, rawr. You know, breathing all of your fire out of your nostrils at OG. You said nothing to the Central Park pigeon when she brought up Takari. You know, why didn't you say anything? I can't hear you, Shaunie. We already know that Shaunie's a hypocrite. We already know that there is one set of rules for Shaunie and her clique, and then another set of rules for Jackie, OG, and Cece. And OG made that very clear. So it's evident, you know, so I'm not going to keep repeating that in the video. But Jackie kept her cool, and Jackie did what she had to do, you know. Central Park pigeon, you trying to act like you're tough is so corny. Like, it's so lame. And I'm not one to attack anybody's physical appearance. You know what I mean? That's not my style. But you are looking a little bit troubled. I will say that. Troubled, Central Park pigeon. I don't know what's going on, if you're not getting sleep, if you're hungover, if you're drinking too much. Like, yeah, you're looking a little bit troubled, you know? So I'll leave it at that. So let's get into this whole pool scene. This is where the shenanigans continue to take place, right? So Kristen. Let's just keep it real. I'm not even going to wait until the end. Kristen is adamant about talking to Cece for whatever reason. Now, I watched this episode several times, right? Before Jackie, OG, and Cece got to Shaunie's little villa, Evelyn says, you know, Shaunie, they're sitting outside and they're like by the pool waiting. You know, Shaunie, I'm really going to F Cece up because I had time to think about everything that happened yesterday. I was thinking about it last night and I'm going to F her up. Shaunie's reply was, oh no, Evelyn. Let's pause and dissect this. So basically, you're making a threat to attack someone, and it's premeditated. And you admitted that on camera. You just said that you thought about it last night, right? Everything that took place, and you are going to F Cece up. So you planned this from the night before, and the day of, you are talking to Shaunie about it, and Shaunie has nothing to say about it. That's aggressive, and that's also violent. And I'm going to get into this whole aggressive misuse of this word aggression and aggressive in a minute. The ladies come. Well, before the ladies come, Kristen says to Evelyn, look, you know, before you do what you do, I just want to talk to her first. And Evelyn's like, what do you want to talk to her about? Bully, right? She's bullying Kristen, to which Kristen says, I just want to tell her that, like, it's over between us. Like, I'm cutting her off. I'm done with her. And Evelyn's like, okay. That is not what Kristen was. You guys saw the episode. Tell me if you are done with somebody, right? If you make up in your mind that you're done with someone and you don't want to be bothered with someone anymore and you're at odds with them or what have you, and you don't want nothing to do with them, you're going to pull them aside to tell them, mind you, you're already not talking, right? This is Kristen the Clown and Cece. You guys are already not really talking. So you need to have time to pull her aside to tell her that you're done with her and you don't want to deal with her anymore. No, it's simple words. I'm done with you. Bam. That's it. No conversation. No long drawn out conversation. Or how about you just stop dealing with them, right? Like, do you have to have a conversation, a private conversation? I'm going to save what I think that Cece wanted to talk to, Kristen wanted to talk to Cece about. So they arrive, right? So Kristen's like, Cece, can I talk to you? Cece hasn't even put down her bag. She ain't even take off her cover up, and her bathing suit was fire. She looked beautiful in her bathing suit. I really did like her bathing suit. And Cece's like, can I eat first? She's like, no, I need to talk to you. So they start talking, right? And Kristen is saying nothing. Kristen is just with a whole bunch of nothing or whatever. And Cece's over it because Kristen is a drama queen and she's full of crap. So Evelyn is kind of sneaking up to try to get close to where the two of them are talking, right? So OG sees that, and OG comes up too, because from the outside, not knowing that Kristen had planned to talk to Cece, it does look like a setup. Tell me what you think. It looks like a setup. Evelyn is creeping over there, trying to be on the sneak. It looks like Kristen and Evelyn were probably going to jump Cece. So I don't fault OG for stepping in and, keeping an eye out for her friend. I would have probably done the same thing. Honest to God, I would have. So Shaunie is like, OG, what are you doing? Why are you going over there? Let them talk. And she has this look of disgust on her face, and Kristen and Cece are like, you tell your friend to go, I'll tell my friend to go. Like, Kristen got real tough, like she because she already heard what Evelyn said that she was going to do, so she already knew what it was. So they leave or whatever. And OG's just telling Shaunie, like, why are you talking to me or you talking to Evelyn? Because Evelyn beat me there. True. Evelyn snuck up first to try to be over there by Kristen and Cece. So, it's evident that Shaunie doesn't like OG for whatever reason. And who cares? But who cares why I don't think OG is stressing about the fact that Shaunie does or does not like her. It's like, you're going to respect me though. Like, I don't disrespect you, so don't disrespect me, And here comes Malaysia. Why can't you just take it? Take what, Malaysia? This buck breaking mentality, because that's what it's giving me. It's giving me like, we're going to break you. You understand? And the fact that OG is not bending, you know what I mean? You guys are not feeling that, especially Shaunie. It's a dagger to your ego, because you want to come across as this demure, peaceful leader when the opposite is really true. You're very sneaky, you're underhanded. You heard Evelyn say that she was going to do X, Y, and Z to Cece. You heard her say that, and your only reply was, oh, Evelyn, And earlier in the episode, Shaunie says, yes, Evelyn has thrown bottles. Yes, Evelyn has run across tables. But there's a difference between doing that and saying you're going to kill somebody. Yeah, there is a difference. One is aggressive and the other is violent, which, nice segue, because I want to get into this overuse of the word aggression, and all of this other crap. That seems to be Shaunie's favorite word this season. And editors even compiled a bunch of scenes showing OG expressing her frustration, and then top it off with her tackling someone at her professional football game. And I really don't like the narrative that they're trying to spin, but let me just keep it real with you guys and tell you what I feel about this aggression word. OG's aggressive, Shaunie, Jackie, Evelyn, Cece, Kristen, the Central Park Pigeon, as well as Malaysia. Tammy too. They're all aggressive. What I deem as aggressive, assertive, you understand, outspoken, able to defend themselves, to stick up for themselves, doesn't really go along with what everybody wants them to go along with. OG is aggressive. Yes, she's a football player, so she's aggressive in her professional profession, her career. She's aggressive as it pertains to her relationship. She stands by her man and she tries to get him going in the direction to success, right? She's also aggressive as far as her career change is concerned. She wants to be a coach. So see, aggressive doesn't have to have a negative connotation. So Shaunie, I think people see right through you, and I think that people are not buying it anymore. Shaunie, you are aggressive. You divorced Shaq and you decided to stand on your own 2 feet. You're opening up multiple dispensaries, or maybe one dispensary, or you want to have more than one. That's aggressive. You're aggressive as it comes to your career, right? You are in Costa Rica traveling, trying to get into real estate. Aggressive also with your career. You're adamant about leaving things to your children, for your children to inherit. That's aggressive, you're being proactive. You know what I mean? So again, aggressive doesn't have to have a negative connotation. So Shaunie, you can miss me with that, because the difference between people like Shaunie and people like a lot of the content creators here on YouTube that are giving their feedback is the intellect. So the word aggressive, you can hear one word and it can have a multitude of different meanings. You know what I mean? So when I hear the word aggressive, I say that applies. When I hear Shaunie using the word aggressive, that applies to all of you. All of you are outspoken. All of you are assertive. All of you are very competitive. That's another synonym for aggressive. Okay? Thanks, Google. Right? So trying to spin this narrative, and she's very careful with her words. Shaunie's very calculated. She seems to think that OG has anger management issues. She tries to justify Evelyn's actions of being in the moment, but OG's is ongoing. So now hold on. I'm taking offense, because psychoanalyzing thing in psychology, that's my thing, Shaunie. Where are you getting the information from to psychoanalyze OG? How do you know that she has anger issues and her anger is constant? I don't see OG displaying constant aggression. You know what I mean? I don't see her in a state of negative aggression. I don't. Now, what OG is not, because like I said, all of them are aggressive, right? I'm trying to dial it back. What OG is not is violent. See, there's a difference between aggressive and being violent, right? Some may say it's not a difference. See, Evelyn is aggressive and violent. You understand what I'm trying to say? OG is aggressive, but she's also logical. And her temperament is, I don't know if it's even. I mean, it appears to be even, but she is just not. Listen, OG is like, you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. Don't start none, won't be none. Everybody has a right to defend themselves. But see, someone like Shaunie doesn't want that, because you have to bow down to me. That's why you have Kristen and Malaysia following behind you like a lapdog. You understand? So like I said, all of the ladies are aggressive, but if we're going to talk about Evelyn, we're going to pick her out of the group. Evelyn is aggressive and she's also violent. So Shaunie's looking at OG with disgust and saying something about the fact that she's over there, but not saying anything about Evelyn, And then Cece walks off. So then Evelyn decides to run her down. Now, the episode that aired on VH1, they did cut out a little bit of how Evelyn got in the bushes, because on the episode on VH1, it makes it look like Malaysia bumped into her and Evelyn slipped and fell in the bushes. They clipped it out. I saw another clip. I think it was on OG's page. I think one of my viewers, shout out to you. I'm bad with names, sorry. One of my viewers commented and told me to go look on OG's page, and she had the clip. So I think that clip showed, and it was something else that I saw online, showed basically OG like yanking Evelyn by her, not yanking her by her neck, but was holding on to the back of her shoulders, and she kind of like pushed her out of the way. Evelyn tripped and fell in the bushes. But see, that was the scene that Evelyn was trying to fight for production to take out. So I guess they couldn't take it out, so they kind of edited it. So, but OG was the one that basically got Evelyn together and got her in the bushes. Did she mean to like toss her in the bushes? No, she was trying to stop her from running down on Cece, which is a punk move. Listen, you better be careful when you running up on somebody and their back is turned, because number one, you don't know who's watching, and number two, they may just turn around and give you exactly what you're looking for. So I thought that was some punk. God, how can you talk all that trash and be a straight punk? Anyway. So OG is separating them or whatever, and then all of a sudden, Malaysia and Central, I don't know, the Central Park Pigeon, she has wings, so I guess she flew down there quick, because I don't know where she came from. And they're all trying to hold Evelyn back. Malaysia's trying to hold Evelyn back. Phoebe's trying to hold Evelyn back, and then also, you know, OG is strong arming her and keeping her away from Cece. And Cece just pissed off. She was like, you try to run up behind me when my back is turned. You know, that was corny. And for what? Because she called you something that everybody has called you throughout your career, like whatever your career may be, you know, like really fake outrage. You just want to be relevant, I think. But this is backfiring on you, Evelyn. So again, Kristen wants to talk to God. Kristen wants to talk to Cece again. Let us talk by ourselves. You know, Kristen's like, OG, move out of the way. You know, and Kristen turns around, and it does look like Shaunie's hand was like, you go that way. Kristen turns around and was like, stop touching me, to OG. And she's like, I didn't touch you. Shaunie's like, yes, you did. I'm like, Shaunie, no, she didn't. She didn't touch. That was you. That was your phalanges touching her. Anyway, OG gets bucked with Kristen and says in it, I didn't touch you, and if I did, so what? You know? And then, of course, Shaunie's like, you know, OG, I'm just over it with her. You know, this violence, and I mean, not violence, just so aggressive and so aggressive. It was old. Malaysia, she's jumping up and like, oh, you know, trying to separate them and saying that if she put her hands on her cousin, she might have to fight OG. You used the right word, might. I applaud your bravery, but you definitely used the right word, might. Exactly. Because what do you mean you might have to fight OG? For what? If Kristen and OG are fighting, nobody's jumping in that. Why? What's up with this? Anyway, you guys are all a bunch of punks. And OG was not here for it. Like I said, I would have done the same thing if I saw somebody. And OG even said this. Oh, we're all like, this is your family. They're telling her to stay out of it. OG's like to Malaysia, how that's your family? And you was about to let Evelyn run down and catch a fade, and you didn't do anything. And Malaysia's like, I did. I ran down there. Right, but you didn't run down there to stop Evelyn because you heard what she said that she was going to do, I think. Anyway. So Kristen and Cece are talking again for what? You know, Jackie's just trying to get them to talk. And now all of a sudden everyone's like, they're family. Let them work it out. BS. So OG's like, look, I'm going to stand right here. And nobody's getting past this. You know, Evelyn's mad because she's saying that OG is Kristen's bodyguard because she wanted to get at her. She admitted it. She said that she was going to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, you're leaving without my parting gift? Listen. As far as Kristen is concerned, Kristen, you are a liar. You've been a liar since you got on this show. And it's all backfiring on you now. Byron did a video on IG saying that you were lying about him not showing up to dinner. Then you tried to make it seem in the episode that when you guys were talking, you know, just admit that you're the reason why Byron didn't come to dinner. You know, Cece told her, like, you know, you need to tread lightly. Kristen, you don't need to pull somebody aside to tell them that you're done with them. You could either just say, I'm done with you, or just simply by your actions, be done with them. The reason why I think you wanted to talk to Cece privately with no one around is because you wanted to try to beg Cece to try to get back in Byron's good graces. Talk to him. I can see it now. Talk to him like, you know, let him know what's up. And Cece was not having it. She didn't want to hear nothing that you had to say. And when she wasn't listening to you or being the docile, demure, you know, person that you may have met her to be, you know, so that you could manipulate her, you were mad. That's why you threw a temper tantrum. You went from, you know, the things that you said, I didn't say anything about Byron. What? Do you ladies have amnesia? You were saying a lot about Byron. You said a lot about Byron. Own it. Own it. You always telling her to own it. You own it. You started talking mad trash about Byron, right? So now you want to make it seem like it's Cece's fault that you talk trash about Byron. She's not in control of you. You know, what you really wanted to do is you really wanted to beg her to see if Byron can basically like be cool with them again. Money might be tight around there, or you may be catching a lot of heat from your husband. You may be catching a lot of heat from your husband on the low. He may be telling you, like, why do you keep going and doing all of this and causing all this drama? You creating drama. You never know. So I think you didn't want to talk to her about not being bothered with her no more. No. You wanted to talk to her and try to see if you could soften her up to get her to basically be cool with you enough so that you can go back to Byron and tell Byron everything is all good, so those purse strings will loosen up a little bit. That's just my assumption. Because who needs to pull somebody aside from a group of people to have a private conversation to tell them that they're not dealing with them anymore? That sounds absolutely ridiculous. And Kristen, you have a track record of being a liar, and you're embarrassing yourself. Good for you. Then she got mad because she started crying and being dramatic, and she's like, this hurt Tom is so bad. This hurt Tom is so bad. And Cece was like, oh God, here goes a drama queen. So Cece walks off again. And in true Kristen the Clown fashion, she throws a tantrum. F you! F you! Yeah, you're wrong and everybody knows it. Everybody in here knows it. Why do you care about getting the popular vote amongst the group? Why do you care? Isn't this about your family? So why are you talking about what the other ladies think? That doesn't have anything to do with your family. You know what I mean? Regardless of who wants to give their opinion, what do you mean everybody here knows it? You know, and Jackie's trying to calm her down. You know, at this point, Cece's over it. She's ready to go. And OG and her get in the golf cart, and Jackie's trying to talk to Kristen and tell her to calm down. You know, Shaunie said something like Jackie's like playing both sides. How she's playing both sides? I said to myself, what is in that weed that Shaunie is smoking? You are playing both sides. Like, why do you act like you're cool with Jackie? You know, and you talk about her, but you the one that get her to bring the other girls around for a scene, for some camera time. All right, now let's get into this foolishness with Evelyn and her dusty box. You know, OG cut her deep, and now you see, OG is very strategic. You know, she's competitive, so she's strategic or what have you. And I think that she found out what Evelyn's triggers are. And because Evelyn, you're so corny, you're a one-trick pony, and you let that girl see what makes you sweat. When she said to her, she was telling her, you know, Evelyn, you're not in my weight class, you know, somebody's gonna catch a fade and all this other stuff. And OG says to her, you know, she says, I think Evelyn called her ugly or whatever, because that's always her go-to. She said, I'm your favorite athlete's favorite athlete. Woo! That set Evelyn off. And that's when Evelyn called her ugly. And she says, you know, I got a man, boo. Chad Ocho Cinco wanted me. You know, Ocho Cinco wanted me. To which Evelyn, I didn't think that she could get any more gutter and low. Especially her being, you know, in the age category that she's in. She's a mother of a young adult daughter and a very young son. I didn't think that she could get any lower, like gutter, low class, low. Evelyn got mad. Her voice was all shaky. She's like, I got kids. I got A1 credit. And your man would want to do yada yada to her nether regions all night long. She got good, blankety, whatever. And she proceeds to aggressively and violently pat her dusty box. And I saw that, and I think I was shocked, and then I laughed, you know. But I was shocked, disgusted, and then I laughed because she really made herself look stupid. And in the background, I don't know if you guys remember, Shaunie's like this. Right. This is your roll dog, huh? This is your ride or die. First of all, that dusty box didn't deserve that attack like that. That was aggressive and it was violent. You know, Evelyn, you really need to start acting your age, sis. Like, seriously, whatever that means. You know, I'm not being discriminatory, but whatever that means, you really need to act your age, because... And you also need to be, instead of focusing on everybody else, focus about your calcium intake, girl. Osteoporosis is serious. Like, it is a serious condition. Sis, I saw the way you struggled to get out those bushes, girl. And I was a little bit concerned. Like, seriously, you have a lot more things to worry about. And speaking of kids, this is probably why her daughter is so, like, withdrawn from everyone, withdrawn from the public, because look at how you behave. Speaking of kids, where is your son? Your son is still fairly young. He probably on the phone. He probably called Jennifer, okay, and asked Jennifer, do you know where my mother is? Why aren't you with your child? This trip served no purpose other than for you to create a bigger hole for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You didn't come out here to invest in any real estate, ventures or what have you. I mean, the other ladies, some of them have kids too, so I get it. But I'm just saying, like, Evelyn, this thing, this basketball wives thing, I think it's outgrown you, or I don't even know if you've outgrown it, but you're gross. I don't respect anybody trying to sneak anybody or run up behind anybody. And if I was OG, I would have done the same thing. So let's do this, Shaunie. I mean, if it's possible, stop using the word aggressive. Let's use the word violent, right? Let's retire the word aggressive. Like I said before, all of the ladies are aggressive as it pertains to the definition, the Oxford definition that I searched for. They are all aggressive, but they are not all violent. And Malaysia, I'm going to keep it light on you, because I think that you just trying to get in where you fit in, and desperate times call for desperate measures. You got a skincare line that you probably invested in, and you're not really getting a return on investment yet. So you need this basketball wives check. I'm going to keep it light on you, because I'm curious to see what Byron, who is your actual cousin, has to say about your behavior. I'm pretty sure he'll do an IG video. So here's the part that is going to really backfire on you, Evelyn. And I wonder how Tammy's laugh was when she saw Evelyn go into those bushes. But here is where things are really, really, really going to backfire, my dear. So next episode, Evelyn decides to get in contact with Chad Ochocinco, who is her, as she says, her physically and verbally abusive ex-husband. She says that he was physically and verbally abusive. She still has this scar to this day on her forehead. She talks about it oftentimes. So you mean to tell me you got in contact with him to find out if OG indeed were, like, him and OG was DMing each other? Okay, here's a question. You're so much of a punk, and you can't take OG. You can't take her. She got a lot going for herself. She's not beat. She's not scared of you. And you already know if you try to get physical with her, you're going to lose that battle. This is what I want to know, royal family. So you mean to tell me you have Chad Ochocinco on speed dial, readily available, hot and ready, like a little Caesar's pizza? How? You went on this campaign as far as domestic violence is concerned, and you were able to contact him to get some DMs, and you're going to forward those to OG's boyfriend? Did anybody catch that if you saw the preview for the next episode? How is it that you have contact with him via telephone? You're all the way in Costa Rica, and you can get him on the line and get him to forward you DMs? Or is it fake? It could be that. But for the sake of the argument, let's say it's true. Evelyn, everything is going to backfire, girl. Everything is going to backfire. And this episode was a mess. It was very sad, but I laughed at it because it's clownery. You understand? Like I said, clowns dress up and put on makeup to make you laugh, So their behavior was clownery. Like, Evelyn, you just made yourself look really bad. Shaunie, I mean, people are not even seeing it for you. And the whole colorist conversation is a conversation that definitely needs to be had. But, what I learned is, you can't cast your pearls in front of swine. So if somebody is not aware that they're doing something and you bring it to their attention and they're willing to observe their behaviors or be conscious of their behaviors, or take time to kind of be sensitive to others, then it makes sense to have the conversation with that person. But if it's somebody who is just in it for capital gain, could care less what anyone thinks, because we're so far removed from this person, because she's, you know, got this money, rich, she's famous. Going into telling Shaunie about her, Shaunie about her colorist behavior, it's a waste of my breath. So I honestly, I don't care to tell someone like her what's colorist, what could be considered colorist, you know, about colorism, educating you about colorism, when it's going to fall on deaf ears. You know, other content creators have touched on the subject, and it's not that I don't want to touch on the subject, but somebody like Shaunie, I can't see myself, or I can't see Oprah or anyone, Gail, sitting down and having a conversation about colorism with Shaunie, and she not finding an excuse to, you know, not take responsibility, or just when she walks out, say screw it and continue to behave the same behavior. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, save your breath and save your good insight and advice for people who are interested, and people who are receptive, and people who are logical, and people who have common sense and common decency and respect, you know? So that's all I'll say about that, as far as the colorism topic. But the aggressive topic now, like I said, all the ladies are aggressive, but the difference is Evelyn has proven to be, to present day, violent. So like OG said, she hasn't picked up a glass, she hasn't thrown anything at anyone. I suggest you guys leave OG alone. Evelyn, you don't want that smoke. I get it, this keeps you buzzing on social media and trending or whatever, but it's not in a positive light. And OG has a lot going for herself. And you know what? Let me say this. There are a lot of people showing OG so much love and support on her IG page. Like, she has her folder with all of she takes screenshots of the messages that people send her. People from Nigeria, Dominican Republic, Dominica, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, people from all other, you know, islands and countries, Brazil, Colombia, showing her mad love. And let me tell you something, and I'm gonna end it on this, royal family. You see, what the devil meant for evil, God will turn around and make it for good. Because Evelyn, you guys attacked her physical appearance. You guys have, that's all you guys can say. You started talking about her physical appearance, how she dressed, she wears fake clothes. You never said anything about her character, that she's mean to people, that she has a bad relationship as far as in the entertainment world. You started attacking her looks. And when she no longer took it, and she started sticking up for herself, then you moved into this whole aggressive narrative. You understand? And it didn't work, because so many people have said so many beautiful things on her IG page. Her IG page is I heart, the word heart, and the letter OG, showing her mad love. And you know what, OG, you keep being aggressive, and you keep on striving for your goals, and don't let nobody disrespect you, because the minute that you put somebody in their place for disrespecting you, they want to call you aggressive, they want to call you angry, you know. And it's old and it's tired, and OG is not, she's not the one. It's not working on her, so it's backfiring on all you ladies. Evelyn, worry about your calcium intake, like I said, because you really need to focus on your definitely focus on your health, your bone health, and all that good stuff. And your kids, for Christ's sake, worry about your kids. But this video has been long enough, y'all. Like, it was so much. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. It was so much that I wanted to talk about. Like, yeah, she cut you deep, Evelyn. She cut you deep. It was so much that I wrote down. I even went off script, but this episode was a mess. Well, royal family, I think I've rambled long enough. Okay, this video is longer than expected. It was a lot to unpack, but this episode was full of stuff. It was slightly entertaining. It was very interesting. It was a lot to talk about. So I want to hear from y'all. So get down in the comments. I always meet you there. Hopefully you enjoyed this long video. Be sure to thumbs up this video, like this video if you like it. If you are new to the royal family, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that you can stay up to date on all of my content. Check out some other videos. Make yourself comfortable. We'd love to have you here at the royal family. But royal family, remember, comment below, comment below, comment below. I will meet you down in the comments. Thank you for watching, sticking it out with me. And until next time, peace.